Top on the news tonight. Cross River State House of Assembly members impeach Speaker on alleged gross misconduct. 52nd anniversary celebration of Cameroon National Unity Day in Calabar. Leaders sue for greater collaboration against insecurity. Plus, Cross River State government holds monthly sanitation exercise Saturday, 25th May 2024. Details shortly. It's nice to have you on Nta Calabar News. I am Paul Abel. Now the news in details. The Speaker of the Cross River State House of Assembly, Elvet Ayambem, has been purportedly impeached by some of his colleagues on alleged gross financial misconduct. The development followed a motion for removal of the Speaker moved by a member representing Calabar South 1, Effiong Ekarika, seconded by a member representing Bekwara State Constituency, Omang Charles, leading to a vote of no confidence passed on the Speaker. The impeachment, supported by a majority of members, also accused the Speaker of incompetence and wrong conduct of plenary proceedings, failure to convene leadership meetings, among other issues. In another development, in order to strengthen the cordial diplomatic relations between Nigeria and Cameroon for socio-economic development of the two countries, Cameroon Consul to Nigeria, Onana Patrice, is advocating greater collaboration between the two governments in the fight against insecurity and other trade barriers affecting the African continent. The consul stated this during the 52nd anniversary celebration of Cameroon National Unity Day in Calabar. Oba Isent reports.
Cameroon National Unity Day is celebrated every 20th May to commemorate the switch from the federal system of government to a unitary state in 1972 through a referendum. To this end, the consulate is celebrating with the Cameroonian community and some Nigerian leaders, including other Africans, in Calabar. The consul reiterated the need to furthering economic, commercial, cultural, and scientific opportunities that abound on the continent to be explored for mutual benefit.
Our leaders decided to put us together, and now we are strong as a country. We unite people coming from everywhere. We defeat the diversity to become one and indivisible country.
Cross River State Governor Senator Basio II, represented by the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Antonio Waneno, and other leaders, corroborated the affinity in the two countries and called for more bonding, given the shared cultural heritage.
What we share together, the history of Cameroon and the history of Nigeria, are so intertwined that if a child knows that by 1960, what you call today West Cameroon or Amazonia was Nigeria, then after the plebiscite, it became Cameroon. That feeling of we being one is reenacted. We are all one. And that the boundaries which we have today are mere fiction, mere impositions by colonial masters. They don't exist in reality.
On an occasion like this, it's a time to celebrate oneness, it's a time to celebrate unity, it's the time to celebrate togetherness, and it's the time to celebrate independence. But the important thing is that we should celebrate brotherhood.
So I want to say very hearty congratulations to all Cameroonians and indeed the President Paul Biya, and then the Consul, Onana, who has tried to bring us together to share in the joy. So I pray that they stay more united within themselves and within the African community, and especially united with us too, Nigerians. May the bond between both countries grow in leaps and bounds.
I'm very excited that Cameroon has gotten to its 56th independence anniversary. It's quite exciting. It's a long way down the stream when we started, but looking at 52 years, Cameroon has actually achieved a lot in 52 years.
Today, every year, we celebrate this year to mark that anniversary. It's an anniversary for us, for the unity. C'est pour moi un grand plaisir d'être ici. Aujourd'hui, nous célébrons la fête de l'unité. C'est aujourd'hui que les deux Cameroun, le Nord et le Sud, se sont réunis.
The event also brought to light common features between Nigeria and Cameroon, which include one of the longest boundaries spanning from Bakassi to Maiduguri in Borno State, sharing languages and tribes such as Buki, Ejagam, Fulani, Hausa, among others, as well as the cutting of the anniversary cake. In Calabar, Oba Hyacinth, NTA News.
Nigeria and Africa are enriched with diverse cultures. Back in the 70s and 80s, culture was given a pride of place in the school curriculum, especially in the primary school. Cross River State being described as the tourism hub of Nigeria, as at different occasions showcase its culture within and outside the country. But has culture fully demonstrated its strength? Correspondent in this report attempts to find the strength of culture in positive societal values.
Nigeria, popularly known as the Giant of Africa, lies in West Africa along the eastern coast of the Gulf of Guinea, with more than 250 ethnic tribes and different cultures. With culture unique in its way, the Nigerian people, like any other part of the world, are apprehensive when one talks about culture. What do you know about your culture and how has it impacted your social life?
Culture, I know a little bit, no, not much. Culture is the way people live, their dressing, their food, even though their language.
Definitely, culture can really harmonize Nigeria because it brings the peoples together.
Trying to promote it, we want people to, to be involved and engaged in their culture, because without culture, you are not from that particular area.
From what you have said, culture, from what everybody knows, is the unifying factor in this country.
Culture has been described as a unifying factor while impacting greatly on the society, an expert corroborates.
Both men and women have their own peculiar culture, all put together. Men are enjoying theirs, women are enjoying theirs. Day-to-day practice, we are enjoying it. But the only problem we have is the preservation of this culture.
Cultures and events like Leboku are in the state tourism calendar. So I want to urge government, don't joke with culture.
Clerics, in their opinion, say culture do not contradict Western religious beliefs, except there is a digression into fetish cultural practices.
For every region, every cultural perspective that one has should be to foster peace and to create harmony. I come from a village, and I know that for everything they do, they believe that peace comes first. So you must be able to realign with those indices of peace so that we can live together as one country.
Only celebration, sit down and they eat and they drink. This is my culture and the Muslim.
Culture and religion are two sides of the same coin. It will surprise you that the clothes we wear, the nature of behavior and attitude are linked to culture and mostly to religion.
Respondents are, however, appealing for an improved society where culture is preserved to enhance peaceful coexistence and national development. In Calabar, Erika Ivy, NTA News.
Advocacy to implement the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Law in Cross River State, as championed by Stand to End Rape Initiative, is being intensified with community engagement and sensitization. This is as the group extends awareness to Musa Lane, a Fionwa community in Calabar South local government area. Morindo Ajom reports that part of the resolutions reached during the capacity building and sensitization exercise is that the VAP law be made available and accessible to stakeholders.
Research shows that there are more cases of sexual and gender-based violence in the urban areas than they occur in the rural areas. And further research shows that this may not be unconnected with the level of exposure of persons in the urban areas and their willingness to present to the facility and offer information about acts of violence against them compared to those in the rural areas, even when they may be more affected by gender-based violence. More so, the lack of information about such services also pose a major challenge to them, as these services are mostly available in the urban setting. Cross River State is said to likely be in the same situation, although there are no empirical evidence to support the assumption. However, these are the impressions of stakeholders during the VAP implementation, capacity building, and sensitization.
When we talk of implementation, we mean, how are these laws being used? Have we started using these laws? Are they just kept in the shelf? So, who and who should be at the forefront of the implementation? When we talk of implementation, usage. Are the people these laws meant for, are they aware that these laws exist? Or is just packaged and kept? And those people who are to use these laws, like the prosecutors, like the police, correctional centers and all of that, are they aware of the provisions of this law? Are the common man on the street, is there the common man on the street aware that there's a law that protects him?
Most of the stakeholders are aware of the VAP law, including the Nigerian police, including my section, because I've been implementing it, I've been using it. But members of the public, most of them are not aware of this law. So the availability of the law is very key and very important. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And we noticed that key stakeholders that should know and should back this law, there's a gap of knowledge there, and that's the reason why we are frontiering these efforts. We've done it in Adamawa, Kebbi, Plateau, and this is our first foray in southern Nigeria. We chose Cross River State because we saw a lot of potential here. This is a state where the First Lady and the Governor are leading the VAP implementation efforts themselves.
The availability of the VAP law, stakeholders note, will empower and equip them to address factors that predispose women and children to sexual and gender-based violence. In Calabar, Maureen Leo Ajom, NTA News.
In view of the monthly environmental sanitation by the Cross River State government, the general public is hereby informed that the statewide environmental sanitation exercise for the month of May will hold on Saturday, 25th May 2024. A statement by the Commissioner for Environment, Moses Osogi, says business owners and residents are urged to partake in the cleaning and evacuation of waste around their surroundings during the sanitation period. Restriction of human and vehicular movement begins from 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock in the morning, except for those on essential duty. The statement further reveals that defaulters will be prosecuted by the Cross River State government. That has been the news today. Don't forget you can equally watch this newscast on various platforms of our social media, including X, Facebook, as well as on YouTube. On behalf of the entire crew, I'm Paul Abel. Have a wonderful day.